guys, Shawn Ray here from MuscularDevelopment.com. We are headed into Tampa, Florida this August 3rd and 5th for the Titan Medical Tampa Wings of Strength Championships by contest promoter Tim Gardner. This is the 10th year that they've been doing this competition. He's got everything. He's got the open bodybuilding, 212, men's physique, women's physique, bikini, classic physique. He's even got the masters divisions along with women's bodybuilding. So it's going to be a very long weekend out there in Tampa, Florida. And of course, I believe Bob Chick will be at the microphone rocking it. And let's get started. At the 212 division, we're going to have a couple of guys in that show that we're going to keep our eyes out for. Most notably is last weekend's USA overall champion, Derek Lunsford. This is a kid coming by way of Terre Haute, Indiana, that could walk in straight into the pros and win his first pro competition 1 week after turning professional. I certainly would put my money on Derek right now, but he's going to have to go through somebody that's very accomplished and very astute in the bodybuilding industry. That's from Bahrain, Sami Al-Haddad. This is a guy, he stood on the Olympia stage. He's been up there against the very best in the world, and his medal is going to get tested by this rookie, this new kid. He's only 24 years young, but right now I'm putting my money on Derek, but there's going to be some other guys in that show that's going to make things pretty complicated as well. So the 212 is going to be one to watch out for. Then we're going to move into our open bodybuilding, and then that's not very deep of a lineup. However, we've been waiting for this guy to come back from down under for a very long time, Josh Lenarkowitz, who won only a couple of years ago over there, the Lou Ferrigno Championships. He's already competed in the Arnold Classic. He's hit about 7, 8, maybe 9 pro shows in a very short amount of time. Had a death in the family, was unable to compete. Now he's coming to Tampa to try to qualify to wind up going on to the Mr. Olympia Championship. So on paper, Josh Lenarkowitz is definitely going to be one to watch, but he's going to have to go through a veteran who had a very good showing this year. Big Max Charles competed at the Arnold Classic in March, went out there and got second place to Brandon Curry in Australia, and I believe on points he's probably already qualified for the Mr. Olympia, but if not, this is a show where he wants to silence the critics and try to take out a very good, formidable Josh Lenarkowitz. And again, this is a guy that's got to travel a long way. So Josh, there could be some questions because he's coming by way of Australia. That's a long flight. A lot of things can go wrong, but he's handled that in the past. We're going to look for some big things from Josh, but he's going to have to go through Max Charles to do it. As well, Reagan Grimes, the Canadian, second place only a few short weeks ago. I said he's a work in progress. He's got some things to do. Probably was going to be forgettable in terms of that contest in that lineup, which was not very deep at best, but this one right now is one where people have high hopes for this kid. He's young and the future is bright for him. I'm not going to write him off as a potential contender because as long as he continues making progress from one show to the next, he can improve on those weaknesses. But of course, Vancouver just didn't have the depth. This will be one that'll test him very well, and it's a very competitive lineup, so he could probably do some good and may stay in the top 3. But that's going to be based on his training because he did have to go from Canada all the way to Florida. And that's going to be a test of travel for a rookie that's inexperienced. That's going to be interesting. That's in the open division. Now, as we get into the men's physique division and the classic physique division, there's not a whole lot of popular names, so that makes it very interesting because we're going to see a lot of new physiques that are going to be trying to get to that Mr. Olympia qualification. And of course, we're going to see in the women's fitness the return of Ginny Worth. She's been off for a very, very long time. I believe she had a kid, and I think she was semi-retired. Well, she's coming back, and she's going to have to go through a veteran that's very good by way of Canada, and that's Miriam Capes. Miriam Capes has all the tools, especially on paper, to walk off with this championships. It's just going to come down to performance, and I know she's very good. Ginny Worth has that gymnastics background. She'll be an interesting performer. She can also dance. She's very good on her feet. We're going to move into our women's figure and do our women's bikini. And of course, we've got the Masters. The Masters is going to be interesting because it was only 2 weeks ago they had the Masters Championships out in Pittsburgh. A lot of pro cards were given out, I believe 150 pro cards. So now they have somewhere to go. The question mark remains, are they going to get compensated for it on that Masters circuit? I haven't heard anything about prize money, but these Masters competitors' careers are getting a lot longer, and now they've got the platform through Tim Gardner to continue to stay on the stage and give back to the sport of bodybuilding and let the bodybuilders know and the physique people know you can compete beyond the age of 40. So this is going to be a very long weekend. Hopefully we'll have the contest coverage, a little bit of play-by-play action. If not, we'll have the highlights of that show right here at MuscularDevelopment.com by way of Tampa Bay, Florida. That's this weekend, the 3rd through the 5th. Stay tuned to MuscularDevelopment.com as well. You can check out Tim Gardner's website for all the details and particulars. That's going to be at the Grand Hyatt Regency out in Tampa, Florida. For MuscularDevelopment.com, I'm Shawn Ray.